is the East Road liner extension. We're in talks with DEP currently on this, and we're anticipating submitting our permit fairly soon. What this does is, this is the current permitted limit of waste. There's a small area, 2.1 acres, that was not constructed, that is permitted airspace. So what we're proposing to do is twofold. One is to go in and build out to our permitted limit of waste. And in order to do that, what we're gonna need to do is basically reinforce the eastern slope, place some more soils out there so that we can move the road out, have the access road go around it, and then build out to the permitted limit of waste. And then secondly, what we're proposing to do is a liner modification so that we can get additional airspace capacity from there to almost the northern end, which would also require some additional soil placement. So what we're looking at in the green area is basically where we'd be disturbing or adding additional soils. What this does do is it does take out Basin I-1, so that's one of the other reasons why we want to get to C5 constructed, is so that we can have all the capacity that we need and to properly treat that water.
So yeah, I just want to clarify, because Kelly and Tim and I, we look at these things all day. These we know exactly what they're saying. So I just want to clarify that this is the permitted limit of waste. Even though there's a large green area here, the waste placement is only occurring in the currently permitted limit of waste. So I just don't want you to think that this green means that's where waste is going in place. The green is the project area.
And on your open house this summer, you were talking about that. When we had the bus drive.
Yep.
You were talking about replacing that liner. Is this what you're talking about?
No, what you're talking about, Ken, is, because I'm upside down, we were traveling along the road
Right.
here,
Yeah.
and up on the hill, there was some liner material.
Yeah, you said it was going to get replaced.
Right, that would, in the completion of this project, meaning once the liner structure was in, that plastic would be removed, and then we would go finish to grade, and then eventually it would be
So
capped.
this is under the road? This liner? This East Road liner extension?
It kind of meets the road.
Okay, so you're just going further east with it?
Yeah, the road will be jockeyed out,
Sure.
because some of the road is over areas that are permitted for waste.
And this is where where is current Basin I-1?
So Basin I-1 is currently right here.
Right, okay, so it's going to be
Yep.
obliterated.
Yes.
So obviously you can't do this until you do the other basin.
Correct.
Right.
And as far as Con Com goes, what kind of disturbance requires this to be here? Where, is there buffer? Is
It's
it, are
buffer,
we
yeah,
in the
buffer.
wetland?
Yeah. Purple is the buffer, the purple dash line there is the buffer.
Okay.
There's no proposed work in the wetlands for this, and we would be anticipating submitting an NOI for the work. And so Tracy mentioned previously that we could combine NOIs. This would be a separate one. The two NOIs that we might consider doing depending upon construction timing is Basin C5 in the facilities area, because those do affect the same wetland and may happen concurrently.
So I think that brings us through, maybe next slide, Tim, is the, yeah. So when we first started talking, we had a lot of information to get through there, and we wanted to be able to talk about how we wanted to move forward. So I assumed the commission was going to want to do a site walk. And then obviously, we spent a lot of time talking about the VLF and the ERI, and how that's pretty important to making sure we pinpoint the right location to put in specific monitoring. So I think we kind of heard from the board that if we're clipping some trees, some limbs off of trees, that we don't need to seek your approval on that if we're creating a temporary manway walk. So that's some good news. We can move forward on that work, and really helps Tim with his scheduling. And then on you have the, what's BR1, Tim?
That's the bedrock location.
Okay, so that's-
That'll be cited once we
Okay,
have the
once we get there,
geophysical
okay,
data
'cause
crunched.
I was in my head going to the east side, and I saw west side, and completely stopped me in my tracks. So then the other is the east side location that we talked about, where we're going to be extending that existing area in the buffer, where we're not going to be in the wetland. It's going to be buffer work, but that will involve the removal of a handful of trees, like we said, cutting the stump low. So we need to get your feeling. I guess I know you're going to want to do a site walk on that one as well, about what we would need to do for the commission on that one. So that's a question we have. And then I think we're very clear that the other projects with the facilities area, Basin C5, and the East Road Liner Extension are all NOI projects. But that is, if the timing lines up between construction, it's about whether we bring in C5 and the facilities area together, knowing the East Road Liner Extension is going to be its own NOI.
In a perfect world, when are you anticipating facilities relocation in C5?
That's a good question. Do you have a feel on that, Kelly? I mean, we have to go out, you know, there's work to be done to even choose a contractor and everything on that project.
So I'd say at earliest, the early summer, you know, we're not talking, you know, next week by any
Yeah,
means.
okay. No.
You know, we've got a couple months before we're actually gonna have shovels in the ground.
Right. So there's time on that one. You know, like I said, we're focusing on the environmental monitoring work that needs to be on the faster schedule, and then moving on from there with Basin C5 and the facilities area. So I guess this is the remaining question right now about, on that east side, about extending that area. Taking down a couple of trees in the buffer. I don't think we know exactly how many trees yet because we need to choose that
Right.
path.
Again, you don't need our permission to cut trees, only if it cuts more than 50%.
Oh, no, we're not even
Yeah.
anywhere
We're
near
talking a
that.
few trees,
Yeah.
and
We can be,
drop the trees in the wetlands, well, that's not good, but
Tracy, monitoring well testing exempt from,
I do believe that there
There's
is
an
some,
exemption in
there
the
is
Wetlands
exemption for
Protection
that,
Act
but
for-
we've always
for
been in the habit of coming to communicate to the
Right.
commission about what we're up
we're
to.
appreciative of that, but honestly, I'd rather see you get this dilemma.
Yeah. All right, so
obviated.
we can move forward with that, with the monitoring well location work, and obviously if the commission wants to come look at those in the areas, you know how to get hold of me. Really want to.
If this work isn't starting until early summer,
I'm sorry?
why are you coming to us now?
Because we
I'm not
have,
sure, because
we
the
have a lot
site
to-
assignment isn't set up and.
right, well, actually, the
Is it
facilities
probably
area
gonna happen?
Basin C5 is completely separate of the site assignment project. But we had a lot to talk with the commission about. We thought it's a more comprehensive, cohesive story if we show you everything and how it's working together, so that when we're ready, and we come back, you know, oh yeah, I remember that Basin C5. So it's really just trying to, when we know what we're gonna be doing, being able to bring it to you and discuss it.
You mentioned the word rig, when you were talking about coming off of North Air Road with a rig. I'm not sure what, is this for drilling or not, certainly not for cutting?
Are you talking about,
You mentioned the word rig, and that.
oh,
that was a-
the
drill rig.
Charlton,
Charlton.
the location for Charlton is, the drill rig will be coming off North Ayers Road for that.
To go north to Charlton?
Um,
Are you gonna?
No, the
there's
one
kind
coming
of
out
an-
off of
there's an-
Barefoot Road.
Yeah, there's an existing clearing location already there.
the extension off of Barefoot Road.
Yeah, we've walked this many times,
so,
right?
oh, sorry, one more.
Yep, so here's our existing leachate tank, and here's the road as you go past the switchback right here, and then the Charlton line is right here, so it turns into Ayers Road. And then if you go, there's an old driveway extension that's
Tracy, I
there.
think Ken's talking to the one up on, off of Barefoot Road.
Oh,
where
yeah, he
they're
said
doing the
Ayers Road,
extension. Yeah,
okay.
off Barefoot Road where the extension is, goes in, where you're gonna have to put a drill rig
Yep,
to extend.
That's H foot road. isn't it?
this is
H
H Foot
foot,
Road.
yeah.
So
Okay,
there's
so
that
coming off of
area,
H foot.
yeah,
there's-
Tim, you wanna go to that figure, because I'm a
But-
little off kilter there.
Right-
There we
right
go.
there.
So
Yeah,
this
you're
is
gonna
that
bring
little
a
turnaround.
rig down there.
That's right, down the existing
All
path.
right,
and
you're
we're
not
going
going
to-
anywhere near the brook. The brook is way down. I can
Brook
actually
is
see
down
the
here.
basin.
Brook is
Basin's
down
right
here.
under your finger.
The
Here's
blue
the
line,
basin.
the dash line's the edge of the wetland.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm not concerned about that. In fact, I think there's still bales of hay left over
There might be.
Probably are.
from what you were down there before. No, I don't.
Okay.
So that's where the rig is going.
That's correct.
That's correct.
What's this rig for? Is this
To
a drill?
drill,
Just
yes.
a drill, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the big hairy machine you had.
No,
This
it's
is a different piece of machinery. That was a specialized rig. You were there when you saw the deep boring going in, I think, right? It was a two-piece rig? I don't
You never got
remember
that
which one
machine
you
up on the
saw.
hump. You weren't able to get it up there.
We never got
No,
it.
we never-
We never used the crossing.
We never
but
used
did
it.
get
I know.
to here.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, we
No,
did
I
that
don't-
work and we didn't put a vehicle across it.
yeah.
But we did get some really great
We've got
information
great
out of that.
experience
out of that-
laying
that
the
I
right
think there's
boards.
boards.
enough wood chips on that road that you're good to go. I mean, I walked that probably 3 or 4 months ago.
Yep.
So I think the road itself is all wood chips.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, we're just extending it, Ken, about 100 feet.
Yeah.
So I
just
want to
put-
warn Kevin, we're probably going to turn the light on so that we can
Thank
answer that
you.
question about the base. Ken had a question about the outfall structure for bases.
You gotta warn all of us. So Ken, this is the actual design basin, so.
See all the big pipes sticking up in the middle of the basin, the overflow goes
Yeah.
in, and you've got catches, filters or things inside.
So, all the closed drainage is deep sump catch basins, so that we can try to knock out any of the sediment before it gets to the basin. Obviously, that would have routine maintenance. There is a sediment forebay, so the water can pool in there, knock out the sediment. It then goes through the low flow pipe into the wet pool, which has the aquatic bench. Also, there was the access road, so you can get down to the bottom, do your maintenance. And then on the far end, I believe it's a 4-foot square concrete structure with the trash grate and the multiple orifices.
So the water's pretty clean when it leaves.
It's gravity.
It's
It's,
really a drop in, drop
Distance.
out.
And there's water in there all the time.
it's designed to be a wet basin.
We're proposing to put 6 inches of low berm in there, knowing that we've disturbed the bottom already and we don't want it to infiltrate.
Especially for catfish.
If it didn't get so cold.
You'd be like the yellow canaries. When the catfish are floating, you got a problem.
I'm not going there, Ken.
Thank you.
The one thing I will point out is the reason why why is we're right on the edge with the discharge. Let's see,
Well, you gotta come back to us.
yeah, and we went through it.
Yeah,
You
Bill
need-
Brown
that's
made a
a
lot,
full
a
in all.
lot more
Right, yeah.
detail in
Yeah.
doing the full.
But I did
out.
want to point out, the
But-
basin is fully outside of.
For all these fracture tests, all your high-tech stuff, you don't need our permission, just go get it done tomorrow. Expect you out there tomorrow afternoon.
Tim, Monday,
Yeah. Maybe make some calls.
on your way home tonight.
Okay. Well, I really appreciate
Well, thank you.
coming
Yeah.
before us. Honestly, I've had people stop me in the grocery store. Hey, what's going on? How come you're not? You know?
Mhm.
So having us updated is important.
Well,
Even-
anytime
even
you
if
have
it's-
questions, you know where I am, I'll be more than happy to
I don't
update.
know about you. This is much better. This is more appropriate.
All right.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, I'd
Okay,
like to set up a site visit the next time the sun shines really, really bright, and you want to get out, when it's a nice day, and you want to get out of your office,
go take a walk.
call me. and,
Okay,
you know,
before
we can
tick
get
season,
you
before the
there.
mayflies.
call all of us.
Because we'd all
And-
have to.
Well, if you want to see what any of those wells sticking up look like inside, we can compliment on some of that and do some more showing.
So you're not looking for full flow down underneath, it's just a seepage of water.
It's
For its soil flow.
What the well is, it's kind of monitoring the water level just at that specific point. It's kind of
Can
like,
you
my God,
give
it's freezing, it's
a
bad.
As to what's going on, where the water's flowing away from or towards the?
yes, we have actually a pretty extensive period record that, have you seen the DEP waste viewer site? DEP runs a waste viewer site, and every report, I think it's called their waste viewer site. I can see if Tracy can get the
I
link
still
for
don't
you.
know what you're saying,
Waste viewer, their Department of Bureau of Waste Site
Oh,
Cleanup
breaking down his board.
has a viewer, and I can see if
Nice
Tracy.
deciding
can
your
get the
life
link.
away.
Well, I just see the-
You can see all
I
of our
turned my
reports,
back on
every
for
report
30
that we
seconds.
submit for the IRA, the immediate response action.
So, go to DEP.
There's a specific site number, I'll see if I can get Tracy